Hello and welcome to InGeneral, the Jurassic Outpost podcast, episode 146. My name is Jack, and on this episode I'm joined with Assis, Caleb, Double Derek Davis, Alex, and Jadon. In this episode, we are going to be talking about Jurassic World Rebirth, the upcoming trailer which is supposed to drop next week. We're going to be talking about what David Koepp has been saying about a scene from the Jurassic Park novel making it into Rebirth. We're also talking about Season 3 of Chaos Theory. We're talking about the video game world. Jaden's going to give us an update on some of the upcoming titles, including a potential new video game that's in development. There's some other Jurassic World stuff to talk about, but mostly we're going to be talking about Rebirth. Welcome to the show. Caleb, Derek,
Hello.
Dino,
Hello there.
Yes, teacher.
Epi, Jaden, and Alex. How are you guys? Oh, everybody's great.
We're quietly surviving.
It's that bad.
First podcast of the year. I haven't been on it since last year.
Yeah, welcome, Jaden. What's the weather
What's the
like
weather
up
in
there?
Australia?
Yeah, up there in Australia.
It's 28 degrees. I don't know how much that is.
What's
in
that in
Fahrenheit.
American?
That's hot.
I don't know.
I know what you mean, so just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's hot, man. That's
I'm not-
warm. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's like a nice day. It was 43 degrees the other day, which is 117 Fahrenheit.
Ooh, fuck that.
All right.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know that one.
It is 4 degrees here currently, which is in Celsius. It's very cold. Well, it's actually not that cold. Kind of used to this now.
And Australia got a new spider species for a
Oh, well, I
spider
guess-
update. A new funnel web species.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah, you were saying about that
Yeah.
last time. I'm not jazzed about that. That's pretty much confirmed that I won't be going to Australia.
so you're telling me that there are just like unknown species running around out there?
Yeah, I would assume so.
So the takeaway is that there actually could be dinosaurs around. We just don't know about them. Yeah.
Yes, that's the plot of Rebirth.
Yeah, well,
actually.
I sent some photos
You know,
last week in the
I
group
did think
chat
about-
of like the Jurassic landscape here.
I did think about this the other day. Like, what if Rebirth did a whole dinosaurs do still exist in the modern world, like proper dinosaurs in some sort of. I don't think they'd do it, but then with this temple and everything like that.
There was someone saying on Twitter the other day, what if like this movie reveals that John Hammond actually just got the DNA from dinosaurs that have still been around all this time, and like he was just hiding them on a
Oh my
separate
God.
island. And
Yeah.
A true lost world.
but then it's like all that
He just had a
stuff about
a-
getting it out of amber was just a ruse. But yeah, I don't know.
There's I think we did talk about it on a previous episode at some point, saying about how imagine if they go to this island and it's a true lost world. There are dinosaurs, like real dinosaurs, like that survived.
The
this
concept
time.
is so cool.
It would be a bit ridiculous, but I
It would just be Skull Island at this point.
yeah, basically Skull Island.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the 7th movie.
And Jonathan Bailey is playing Carl Denham, and Scarlett Johansson is why is her name escaping me in King Kong? And Darrow.
And Daryl.
Yeah.
Or Dwan in the 70s version. Dwan,
Oh,
played by Jessica Lange, masterfully.
the Jeff Bridges version. That one.
Yes, that's the same one. Yeah,
Is that like the present day Kong film? Like
yeah. At its
Yeah,
time in the
And-
70s.
Yeah, Kong
yeah.
climbs on the Chrysler Building instead of the Empire State Building. I think.
No, it's the World
Oh.
Trade
Oh,
Center.
it's the World
actually.
Trade Center. That's right.
Ooh.
I didn't want to jump straight to that, but there it is.
Well, here we are, 2025. You know.
Derek, which is your favorite of the Kong movies?
Oh, that's tough though. I mean, actually, I like all of them pretty much. I mean, there's something to like in each of them, but for me, it's probably going to still be the original 1933. But it's like so close with the 2005 Peter Jackson version. It's just
Okay,
because that is such a loving remake.
I was going to say that 2005 Peter Jackson one is so iconic. I love it. It's such a great. It's over 3 hours, right? It's like a
Yeah,
3
well, there's
hour.
an extended cut that's even longer. They added like more action. They even add like a little lagoon sequence with a Tirana, like it's like a big
Tricyclops.
fish thing. Yeah. forget what they called it.
The 2005 one was like captivating. Growing up, like it was like holy cow, King Kong. 2005.
Yeah.
That's the one with Jack Black
Yeah.
in it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And all
Cool.
that
Okay, that's the one I
adventure
grew up with.
towards
Then.
Skull Island.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
They go on the
that's
ship.
one
Don't
I
they get
like.
caught in a storm on the ship?
Yeah,
Heading towards
I
the
think in
island?
the
Yeah.
beginning, yeah.
I know at least
Well,
an
it's
hour
cool
of the
because
movie
that
is
was
on
the
the boat.
movie.
So
Yeah.
Well,
That's
but that was the
it's a
movie where they had the
really
production diaries, if you guys remember that. Like, they were like the first to really do that, where like every week they would post a new video on their website of like behind the scenes footage, and they did it for the whole time they made the movie. I remember like wanting to get home and like download it really quick to see what they were going to focus on. It was really, probably the first of its kind, and that they haven't really done anything that like that since with a movie. I wish they did that with Rebirth. Can you imagine getting a video every week of behind the scenes stuff? That would have
I
been
was thinking about
amazing.
this the other day. Like every Jurassic movie had or the last three rather, had like Chris Pratt video diaries.
oh yeah.
Wouldn't it be really random if he like still showed up for Rebirth just to film on set, even
The
though it's
video
not in the
diary.
Hey
film?
guys, I'm not in these movies anymore, but I'm gonna document your production. Here we go.
I could see that.
It's going to be really interesting seeing behind the scenes from this movie because they've been very good at keeping things under wraps. We haven't seen a lot of the filming taking place. In fact, I think some of the only filming we've actually seen being taken place is when they were swinging off rope into that entrance at Sky Studios. I don't think we've seen anything else like except the New York
And
stuff.
some of the
Which
boat
we saw a lot of.
some of the boat
Yeah,
stuff
some of the boat
too.
stuff.
Oh, true. Yeah, there is clips of the boat,
But it was all kind of minimal.
very-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
lacking a lot of context. A lot of it's just a few shots here and there. It's going to be great kind of seeing them all work. That's what I love. Do you remember when Force Awakens was in production? I think it was before the trailer, they dropped a sort of 10-minute making of, like on you showing it filming and showing all the animatronics and stuff.
Yeah.
It was
That
a
sounds
great
familiar,
little
yeah.
tease. I kind of hope they do the same with this. But let's talk about that trailer. The Rebirth trailer is coming soon. I was kind of expecting it to drop in January, but as of recording this, it's the 31st of January, and I don't think there's a trailer. So I think it's going to be it's Super Bowl now. It's either the Thursday before the Super Bowl or it's the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You mean
From
you haven't
what we
seen it,
know-
Jack? I mean, I've already seen it. So.
Yeah, it just dropped.
Yeah. I got it
rated
right here. I
R.
got it right. No, we're expecting 30 seconds of something at the Super Bowl. And we think it will only be 30 seconds because of the whole Universal having to pay Fox, who are hosting the game, for the
$8
advertising
million.
space. So $8 million for 30 seconds. They might not even do it. Imagine if they just don't do it.
That's
But
like
I think
the cost of a dinosaur in Fallen Kingdom, $8 million.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap when you weigh it up to
Yeah.
Fallen
By
Kingdom.
billions.
But that's kind of what we're expecting. I have a feeling Thursday the 6th. I don't know why Thursday. People just is it because Thursdays are when people drop trailers?
Tuesdays and
Yeah, it's like a movie.
Yeah.
Because
day,
nobody's
isn't it?
working Friday.
Tuesdays and Thursdays are like
Yeah.
big for social and online traffic in that whole world. And like that's how they did it with Dominion, I think is why people are jumping onto that timeline. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dominion was like a few days, 3 or 4 days before the Super Bowl.
it was
right?
the
And then they had a
10th and then
Super
the
Bowl.
Super Bowl was on the 13th. Yeah.
That's right.
so-
Yeah. Okay. And NBC were hosting the game that year, so they did a long Dominion spot.
Yeah, we realized that all 3 Jurassic World movies came out in the same year that the Super Bowl was on NBC. So like Universal planned that really well for advertising. So
Yeah, so this year it's hosted on Fox. So we're expecting them to drop 8 mil, just a cheeky 8 mil to host 30 seconds of Super Bowl spot. And we think that'll probably be a cut down, bit of a highlight reel of what the full trailer consists of. If they release that full trailer a few days before. If not, they'll release that full trailer on the same day, which is what they did with Twisters, right?
mhm.
We'll
So
demand
last year, Twister's Super Bowl spot dropped to the Super Bowl, and at the end it said "Watch trailer now," and they went live with the trailer online, the full 2-minute or whatever trailer.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks that Universal will do this the same because it's the same exact team in charge of marketing.
Yeah, true.
I kind of feel like they'll go for that. So Sunday we'll have a Super Bowl spot, and Sunday we'll have
The full trailer drop
the
online.
trailer online. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
but
what a lot of studios
Yeah.
are doing now, kind of like dropping a spot during a big broadcast and then the trailer's online at the same time. The Alien Earth trailer just did the same thing.
Oh shit! Yeah. What's your favorite Alien movie? What's that?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
My favorite Alien movie is Prometheus.
Yeah, Alien 3.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, for sure.
That's bold.
Alien Earth looks good.
Yeah.
I have. I know that there's reservations about timeline and continuity.
Oh yeah.
But,
The
I'm pretty-
timeline's already so messed up. Like, you know what? Just screw it up some more. Why not?
yeah,
Who cares?
yeah, that's valid. I mean,
Even
how
though I'm the one
does
who's
it
pissed
screw
off.
up the timeline? Is it set before or after?
It's
I think it's set before. Like,
it's set
I think
before
it's
Prometheus.
1 and 2, right?
It's
Mhm.
before
If
Prometheus.
it's set before Prometheus, I don't like the fact that there's face huggers running around. Then you know what I mean? Like it's
That's
so wait,
yeah, that's
Wayland.
valid
Oh, I
point.
guess maybe Wayland Utani figures out that this is how aliens are a thing. I guess maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Alien
The
podcast.
other the other thing about the trailer is that the Fantastic Four trailer is apparently going to drop on Tuesday. So like, and it's also going to have a Super Bowl spot. So like they could
Do you remember Josh Trank's Fan 4 stick?
it
Yeah,
was
it came out the same year as the first Jurassic World. Actually,
really
People
They filmed it like at the same
made more
time.
money than
a
Jurassic.
really
yeah.
really terrible movie if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And all those reports
Yeah.
of him, he was like too stoned on set to be functional.
Yeah, he's like fucked up in his house and shit. He's like ripping the walls up. Okay, Josh Trank, good for you. He lost Star Wars because of it. Good for you,
He
man.
did Chronicle, didn't he? Chronicle
That's a
was
good
like
movie.
that.
Oh, I love
Yeah, I enjoyed
Chronicle.
Chronicle for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a
And
promising
they were like, right,
young lad.
here's your Hollywood entry. And he's like,
Hey, man, he got priorities. Good for him.
Dane DeHaan
Yeah.
Chronicle. Yeah.
Happens to the best. of them.
so they're doing another Fantastic Four.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
well,
in
like
the
Pedro Pascal and stuff.
in the Marvel Cinematic Universe this time.
Oh, great. Yeah, they were running out of superheroes.
Yeah, they totally were.
What about X-Men? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, fair. Yeah, cool. So they're thinking that's going to come Tuesday. So maybe, I mean, these studios must communicate with each other, right? We're dropping.
They're aware of what's
We're
going
dropping on
on.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
You stay away from Tuesday. That's our day.
Yeah.
Well, Marvel or Disney essentially is now like, okay, Tuesday's ours. So Universal's got to be like either Thursday's ours or Sunday's ours. So
Okay.
I mean,
Well-
also you're gonna want to give Fantastic Four a couple of days breathing space because
yeah, it's true.
all the people online are going to be talking about is Fantastic Four for like at least a
Yeah.
day, 2 days. So when Jurassic does drop, it's going to be hopefully Jurassic's a little bit of has more air to breathe.
This is just my 2 cents, but I think releasing it on Thursday and then TV spot and promoting it again on Sunday is great because like you go into the weekend when a lot of people aren't working as much, they're on their phones, like it's just gonna get a lot of eyes if you can promote it like that. But the Super Bowl will too. So
The only problem, I
Mm.
guess, is that the Super Bowl there's nothing enticing. I know that the Super Bowl is going to have loads of viewers anyway, but there's nothing enticing people after Thursday to then go to and watch the Super Bowl to see Rebirth footage.
true. It's just that the Super Bowl is like this thing that draws people in from like everywhere
yeah.
for some reason, is the
The way
thing.
I see it is the Super Bowl spot is not for people who are like chronically online or like super fans like us. It's going to be for like Joe Schmo who watches like football, who doesn't like go online very often. He's like, oh, there's a new Jurassic Park movie coming out. Okay, I'll go watch
They want
online.
the guys with their beers and their
Yeah,
beer
Yeah,
nuts.
people have parties to like eat good food and drink alcohol and like watch like no matter who's playing, no matter what it is, it's just like the Super Bowl. So
It's cultural.
yeah,
It's just, yeah, I guess it really just comes down to whether or not they'll pick a different day for the full drop.
yeah,
And something tells me, I don't know, I definitely am inclined to think that they'll just do it all on Sunday, but I think
Yeah.
doing it Thursday could be a really good, or even if Thursday is a, trailer coming Sunday.
Yeah.
kind
At
of
the very least, you'll get
Mm.
that. I think, yeah, for sure. Like,
But
Yeah.
I kind of don't
Of
want,
course.
in a way, I don't want them to do the sort of like teaser trailer for the teaser trailer. I'd
Yeah.
rather them just drop a trailer and
The
then
teaser
Super
for the
Bowl starts.
teaser for the trailer for the trailer for the trailer.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hate that
It's like a
crap.
lot of, I don't know if it's just one particular studio that does it, but there was this period of
Sony.
time. I think they still do it where you're like, oh, I'm going to watch the trailer. I'll click on the trailer video, and then it's like a
A
montage.
2-second trailer.
And it's
Yeah,
like trailer
yeah.
starts
That's
now, and I'm
definitely
like,
Sony, man.
I
why
hate
didn't it
it.
just start?
I don't like it.
The trailer starts now. Oh, it could have just started without telling me. I'm not.
Yeah.
There's 5 seconds gone, baby. You could have used that for
I
the
think
trailer.
it goes back to Shakespearean times where, like, in plays at the Globe, because everybody got too fucking drunk to get the whole way through a play, someone would come out at the beginning and tell the entire plot of it, start to finish, really, really quickly, and then they would watch the play. So maybe we're just
like that.
learning from that.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what trailers used to be. How far we have
One has a
fallen.
history degree in that studio for sure.
We live in a society.
Oh god.
For what it's
Well-
worth, when they dropped it on that Thursday for Dominion, it was like random. Like no one was expecting it that day. Everyone was kind of expecting the Super Bowl.
Was
Which
it
kind
a,
of helps the
I
movie,
watched it in a
right? I mean,
meeting on my phone. I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
was it a 9 a.m.
It was a
drop?
6 a.m. Pacific time drop. Yeah.
6 a.m.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a good time to drop a trailer.
Way too early.
These social media managers and these digital marketing people, they have their patterns and their preferences. So
We're on the cusp of. I mean, speaking about trailers, we're on the cusp of the second trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6 as well. So it's ramping up to be a pretty great month. February.
true.
Great month, good year.
Hey, lots of
Good year,
birthdays
yeah.
in February that I
Mm.
know of too. So
Lots of
it's a good month.
birthdays, yeah. Lots of trailers.
Mhm.
GTA
It's a
6.
short month too. Can't complain about that.
And Dino Crisis is now on GOG.
Oh
the-
my
the
God,
original
Daryl
two
Davis!
games.
Thank you so much for bringing that up.
Yes.
What is GOG?
I forget the acronym.
I don't know what it stands for, but it's a bunch of guys who like preserve games.
Guy on guy.
That's, I mean,
Yeah, there's like two dudes, I think.
are all for that
Like,
in
it's
this
two dudes.
chat. I won't say who.
Look, they did do a lot of like good work on like preserving this game. It went above and beyond in terms of even what Sony did for the PS5, PS4 re-releases, or like the Sony Online thing. They like increased the resolutions. They supported new controllers. Did a bunch of like stuff with DirectX 11 and shit. So it's like they put some effort into this, and it's like wow, Capcom, learn from these dudes.
We need remasters of those games or remakes of those games pretty ASAP.
Yeah.
You're preaching to the choir,
lot.
man. I would sell every Jurassic future release, anything for one more Dino Crisis movie. So I'm gonna talk behind my cat.
Well, didn't they remake Silent Hill 2?
They did. It was a
Is
good
that
game.
it's a fully fledged remake, right?
It is. It's like the Resident Evil 2, 3, 4 remakes. Yeah, exactly.
Dino Crisis, man.
Hey, it's still relevant, man.
In
I
our
think
circle, yes.
After the past 10 years, and then if Rebirth really is a success, it might give them the motivation they need.
You would have thought Jurassic World would have been like, hey, $1.6 billion? Oh, yeah, we'll make a dinosaur game. Sure, that makes sense. They tried,
Especially since the
You'd
Jurassic
think
World
that.
era was catering more to the like a general younger audience, and the Dino Crisis games are pretty like they try to be quite violent. So it would have been a good opportunity to fill in a piece of the market that Universal weren't quite capturing.
Do they?
Especially in that period of time with the trilogy that came out, like when gaming just peaked as well, like when it hit its prime. Now it's like mainstream.
Do
so-
Universal make
think so.
games for any of their other franchises, or is it just Jurassic getting shunned?
Feels
Well,
that
we'll
way.
talk about that. We'll talk about that definitely later on when we talk about the third game, which I have strong feelings
I was
about.
gonna say there's a new game in development,
Mm.
right? Apparently.
What? Forgot all
Yeah.
about it.
Do we just segue now to it since we're talking
I
about
think it's already happened.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Gaming.
Tell us about it, Jaden. There's Evolution 3. So Evolution 3 was confirmed, right? It is called
Yeah.
Evolution 3.
Shock.
It's not. Up
Yeah,
to this point, they were calling it third Jurassic World game,
Jurassic
which
World game.
was kind of
yeah.
leaving people in a bit of hope that, oh shit, maybe they're going to make something that isn't a park management sim. But no, they're doing a park management sim.
Yeah, pretty much. I thought it would have been cool if they just remade Operation Genesis, like a remaster, but nah, I'll just call it Jurassic World Genesis. That would have been pretty cool.
You know,
But
Jurassic
yeah, so
World,
that
Jurassic Park Project Genesis was what
Mm.
Operation Genesis was originally called. So
Hmm.
you didn't need to know that,
yeah,
but I'm telling you.
yeah, it would have been freaking amazing. But no, Frontier are having a stream later this month. Oh, it's February for me, by the way, today. So
Happy
that's
February!
why I say
Happy February!
Happy best month of the
me
year.
in February.
Future boy.
I forget what the date was. Did they post a date with it, or was it just said later in February?
February 27th, I think.
It's loading up now. Yeah, February 26th. Which would probably be the 27th for me.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
thank you, Jack.
So,
Thank
yeah,
you,
there you go.
Australians. So yeah, then that's where they talk about their upcoming games, announcements, and all that stuff, and that will be after the Rebirth trailer. So yeah, I imagine we'll see something Evolution based, and I feel like we'll probably see it in November. I think June will be too much of a turnaround time, or July, like to release alongside it, and I think November will be a pretty good date because it'll be after Chaos Theory as well. They can add a bunch of shit from that Rebirth.
What are we thinking, though? What are
Especially
we thinking this game is going to be?
Yeah, like they're not gonna like add much, are they? Like, aside from like maybe cosmetic things, like gameplay is gonna be very similar. No,
they need it. They need to add a lot of stuff to make the fan base want to buy it, because a lot of people were kind of got burnt with Jurassic World Evolution 2 because all they added was aquatic fauna, which could have been realistically an update to the first one.
I mean, I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, valid. I mean, they did add.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a Dominion tie-in, and then Dominion got delayed. So the game, as far as I remember, Frontier had to kind of make a game. Didn't they have to hold back some of Dominion from the
They
game?
did.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
refocused it as a Fallen Kingdom sequel, didn't they?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
like that must have sucked for them, because they had
Mm.
this game all mapped out, planned out, and then they have to launch it with, I guess, half availability or something like that.
yeah, dude, the entire like Malta, it became DLC that you had to pay for, which was ridiculous. It was like
Oh, they
15,
love
20
that, I
bucks
bet.
per thing. It was like the Malta thing. It was the Biosyn DLC. So there was 2 extra DLCs just to fill the Dominion void. And like the worst part was when you bought the base game on day one, it said like Dominion piece coming soon, and like the soon you would figure it'd be like a free update to the game, but no, it was like 40 bucks to get the Dominion piece.
They charged for it. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, dude. To get the whole game for Jurassic World Evolution 2, like all the expansions and DLC on
It's
top of
ridiculous.
the game in Australia, it's like you're looking at like $200. Like, and that was last year when I was looking at
And
it.
people will pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not enough people paid it, because they did not make a lot of money on that game. So they claim.
Oh, that kind of hurts to hear.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
But yeah,
but
then
they're
added the
full
Jungle
steam
River
ahead making
Cruise.
another game, which could also be an update, but they're deciding to. But that's the thing. I think they realized with game 2 that they need to fix their engine, right? Allow it to do more. I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretending I know what I'm talking about.
You're not off.
Yeah, well, this
You're not
one will
off.
be on next gen consoles. It's not going to be on the PS4.
Oh,
or
that's right.
anything
Yeah.
like
So
that.
Evo 2 was developed for the previous gen 2, so they're
Yeah,
hoping to
so
just full steam ahead. Did you see the PS6 might be coming out? Is it 2027? Did you see that?
surely
No,
not.
I buy
right?
that because this generation's been completely a flop in
But
terms of
this generation
Yeah.
feels like it hasn't even started yet. It feels like
exactly right. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
People
But
have been.
apparently
And the
Sony are
PS5 Pro
prepping
is
that
dog
6th
water.
console.
I completely buy
Wow.
it. Sony kind of has like a stronghold on the market. Them and Nintendo at this point. Xbox doesn't really know what it's doing. I think so. Yeah. So
Nah, Xbox is making all their titles available for
that's what
everyone.
I'm
They're
saying,
just being
man. Like
nice
they
guys
just
now.
put Forza Horizon on a PS like 5. I'm like, that doesn't sound right.
Dude, they're gonna get Halo on
Wait,
the PlayStation and
Forza
Switch.
Halo,
the
Gears.
driving
Yeah,
game.
yeah. Everything
Yeah,
coming to
Xbox
from
exclusive.
Xbox to PS. Everything.
Forza Horizon is coming to the PlayStation.
It's already out, buddy. It's
Yeah.
already out.
Ha! Okay, great. I'm gonna make a note of that. I wanted
Yeah,
to play that game
make
for
a note
so
of that.
long.
Forza is pretty incredible. They have a Jurassic Park Jeep in it as well. So it's,
Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
reason I heard
something.
of that game.
And the DeLorean. The DeLorean's cool. That's also
Cool. Wait, is it? It's already on the PS5.
I think it is. Yeah, I got shadow dropped or whatever.
What? Well, so Xbox are porting games to the PlayStation.
Everything.
Yeah, they're making everything available to everyone. That's the way they want to
They
market
want you to
themselves
play
now.
on your fucking refrigerator at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I would if I could. I mean, if I had one of those.
Yeah, I play on my refrigerator.
Yeah, a smart.
But they're pretty
smart
much
fridge.
not doing any more exclusives. That's the whole. They did a whole like
Wait, what else has been
interview thing this
Xbox
week about it.
exclusive that I?
Halo, Gears of War.
No, something I'd want to play.
Starfield.
Just reach in and
okay.
grab a Dr. Pepper
Fable.
and shut the door
Like
and
you'd
play
know,
some more
Jaden.
games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, holy shit, Forza though, that's great. Okay, I'm gonna play that. Okay, what the fuck were we talking about? PS4,
Video games.
Yeah,
maybe
Jurassic games.
PS6,
Jurassic World Evolution 3.
PS6 is what we were. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, Evo 3. So it's confirmed as being called Evolution 3. We don't know what the hell they're doing for it. They don't know what the hell they're doing for it, but they've got less than a year to get it ready, right? That's where we're at.
I would. I don't know, November. I just feel it in my nuggets. I just feel like that's a good time to release the game. A couple months after Rebirth, that's where like all the big games come out just before Christmas, so then everyone will buy people games for Christmas and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the way that the game like big games work and stuff like that.
Alex, we got to try go back to Frontier in Cambridge.
Yeah, you know what? I drive past all the time and I think about that. And it was such a nice day. There were such
Okay.
lovely people. It was
Yeah.
great getting to play it early. And I can remember I crashed my. I don't remember what I did, but I crashed it, and they had to come reload it for me. And we were on like restricted demos, but when the guy reloaded it, I ended up with everything.
Oh
like,
yeah,
for the Indominus early, and we recorded all of it. But yeah, we absolutely should.
Are they with
yeah, well, it was a great little thing. Speak to the developers. We went in the sound, in the music.
Like, we just
composing room.
walked the floor, didn't we? And like we saw them developing the Return to Jurassic Park
Oh,
stuff.
We saw
And
the
then-
Jeep. Yeah, we saw the
And then
Explorer.
for like a year afterwards, we heard nothing, and I was like, were they just doing it for shits and giggles? And then the DLC finally got announced.
Yeah. Return to
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
Are they with
Um,
Nedry's people in Cambridge?
Not Massachusetts.
Wait, so let me ask, because I don't know too much about these games. I played Evolution 1 quite a lot. So that in that game you basically have access to the 5 deaths, and the goal is to create a successful park. That's basically the game, right?
Yeah.
Right. Evolution 2, that is also doable. All of that is also doable, and the goal will always be like build a successful park. But there's also a career story which takes you around different maps across America.
Yeah,
kind
you
of
do Jurassic
following
Park, and then
Dominion,
you do
right?
San Diego and stuff like that.
Isn't that
yeah, and then
Chaos
the
Theory
leaderboards
mode? Isn't
and
the
then-
main
Yeah, the
career
Chaos
mode
yeah.
is like mainland?
Yeah,
Stuff like
the
that.
campaign
Yeah.
was. It was really short, but again, because they had to do it on such a tight time scale, I would
Yeah.
guess you could do it in like.
So in
couple hours.
Evo 2, you do the campaign, it's really short, and then the aim of the game is to just build a park wherever the fuck you want, but have it be successful. That's like
Yeah.
still the goal, or
Yeah.
It's a really unbalanced game. You have the sandboxes where you can literally pick, JP93, JP 2015,
Yeah.
and you can even now set like, I want all the Jurassic World buildings, I want all the Jurassic Park buildings, I want the Biosim.
that's
buildings,
right.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
So you can just do whatever the hell you want with it now. But there's no big piece to the game. There's nothing that screams like start here.
Yeah.
As opposed to
That's what I
Evolution
found
1.
when I booted it up a couple of weeks ago when we were last talking about it.
Mm.
I've not played that game much at all.
Mm.
I went into it and I was like, what do I do? Like, what do you do first? What's the first? And I just had no idea. So I just went 93 Nublar and started building a park.
Yeah.
Like a
That's the
classic
best one
Jurassic
anyway.
Park.
I
Yeah.
think what I found revisiting it is that whilst like they fixed loads of little micro details that were issues in the first game, you couldn't, if you had a tour road, you couldn't have a path across it and crap like that, and you couldn't go in and out of different paddocks and things. But it just got so caught up in like the micro dynamics of the game. The way you had to breed dinosaurs was just too much for me. That you had to hire and fire scientists and then
I like that
create an
aspect of
egg
the game. I
and
won't lie.
then select. I just thought it was too much because there was no physical output. It was all management, but
This
had no.
game isn't Operation Genesis, right? Like that's the way I have to like at the end of the day see it because I've almost put 400 hours into this damn game, which is ridiculous in hindsight.
Yeah. I'm
Especially
putting
since
a
you've
lot.
still not got past the first mission. Like that's.
Well, dude,
horror
you
beast.
play that game. Like the only reason you play this game is for Chaos Theory mode, in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
you gotta crank that thing to Jurassic difficulty, and just that's the game to play. I think that's the most fun. Way to play it.
Yeah.
That's why I've been 400 hours in. It's incredible.
So
That
do we
way,
think
it sucks.
that they're gonna? That's impressive. Yeah.
I have 84 hours played on this game.
Fuck.
I have 15 hours on Jurassic World Evolution.
Assis, you play some games, man. You play.
Dude, I'm a gamer, man. What can I say? I like games more than movies sometimes.
valid.
Yeah,
So
nah,
what do we think with
I'm at
Evolution
that.
3? Are they going to kind of hone it? Like, there has to be something new to the formula, or are they just porting this all to the next gen or the current gen in order to be on the current
So the
gen?
big rumor and what fans want is like dinosaurs breeding, like laying nests and stuff like
Those
that. A lot
dirty
of
fans, they're
people,
like,
Gross.
give us
yeah,
dino
they
sex.
want to see dinosaurs getting at it. No.
How do you get two dinosaurs
But,
to?
but yeah, so that's one of the big things that people want. People also want the river adventure added in. Um,
Mhm.
the blimp from Operation Genesis as well. I think it would be a cool idea, like, because I know COD used to do it. They used to have like different game modes within the game, like the
Oh,
arcade
zombie
stuff.
mode would be great.
Yeah, and zombies and stuff like that. No, yeah, zombies in Jurassic
Yes,
World,
please.
rated
just a zombie park. I'd
um,
take it. Why not?
no, but I think it would
Fuck
be
it.
cool if they did like a game mode where it was just like the OG Operation Genesis, like, and you could just have that in the game. You know what I mean? I don't know, just something
Breakout
cool
mode,
like that.
baby.
Yeah, or just something like that. But yeah, they have to do something like not groundbreaking, but significant for people to go,
Mm.
okay, that's different. I want to buy that.
Mm.
Yeah, I think we've talked about an
But
idea
yeah,
before where I mean, this is what I thought Evolution 1 should have been, where you get to build the park, you do all that God mode stuff, and then you manage it for a little bit, you build it up, create this great thing with loads of cool dinosaurs, and then you get thrown in it as like on the ground level, third person controller, and you have to kind of survive the park and you created. From that point forward, you can't edit the park, you can't change things, you just have to survive in
that
it.
would be sick.
Like that
Survive other people's parks, like a
and
download
then you
map
can
sharing
survive.
feature.
Yeah,
Can you
Yes.
imagine
dude.
like a Mario
Yeah.
Maker
Or
type
like have
thing? Wow.
online, like Halo Forge, like
Exactly. Yeah.
build your
Build
own
your own
thing.
park and then
Oh,
like post it online and have
yeah,
people like survive it, best times, longest times. I don't know.
That would be good.
Frontier
And you could,
Hyros.
Wow, that's fun.
they gave you like full reign of an island or something. You could build
Mm.
such a large environment that you then can dump yourself in and have to survive it.
And you want to send
Choose
people in, very few people, on the ground.
on the ground. Yeah.
And
That's
you
like
just
one.
invite your friends. So it's like a team of 6 and you have to
That'd
survive or
be
some
fucking
shit.
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
I mean, that would
Yeah.
be cool. That reminds me of I don't know if you've ever seen this I don't even know if they still do it. th- where you go to like those shopping malls that have been abandoned and people have turned it into a zombie
yeah,
survival,
Oh yeah.
a real
Oh,
like
yeah.
you actually dive in. Kind of reminds me of that. Do they still do
Oh.
them? I've always wanted to do one of them.
I think that I think they've kind
Yeah,
of
I
like
think they do.
evolved into more immersive experiences, but I think they're definitely still around.
Okay, because yeah, I remember in the UK it used to be like, oh, this mall is closing.
A lot of the
Let's do a zombie apocalypse survival. What do they call them? Like, not fantasy. Experience.
RPG or
well,
Yeah.
a lot of the even like half abandoned malls in the US now are like lots of escape rooms and stuff like that where you have to like
Yeah,
solve puzzles and get out, and like tons of them are zombie escape rooms where you have to run from
Yeah,
zombies.
but then they never have like physical zombies. In these malls, it used to be like, oh, there'd be like 100 extras that chase you through the,
Oh my
the
God.
mall. It's like your own Dawn of the Dead. I'd love to do that'd be a great like outpost staff do or something.
Dude, we did something like that at Universal in 2018 or whatever. The Walking Dead thing at Universal
oh my
Studios.
god.
Good time.
That would be sick.
Okay, so
But,
Evo 3 though, it needs, other than maybe giving us the ability to dive in and explore your park first person or whatever, what else could it really do other than
Flat paths.
well, it's clearly going to stay true to park building, park simulation, but as a franchise, it does seem to be moving past the park, right? The park. Like this new island we're going to, it might have been planned to have a park on it.
Oh,
But
dude.
we don't know. Like, it's not going to be like, oh, they tried again, Jurassic World 2.
You're saying
Dude,
in
the
you're
storylines-
saying in the movies that's where it's going?
In the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like in
Like
the
a
way the
failed
franchise is
attempt
going in general, we're
from-
quite far from building
Yeah,
parks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So is
Dude,
that
I
really still gonna be
guarantee
their
you,
plan?
I can almost see the storyline right now, like the campaign mode for the game, for the new Evo 3. It's going to be like you start the campaign when this InGen island is like operational, and like you build up to like making the mutant. Mutant gets out at the end of like the part 1 of campaign, and then you pick up like part 2 with like ScarJo's team, and they're like trying to recapture or like save the dinosaurs or whatever the hell, something like that, where you're like following ScarJo and her people, guaranteed.
Mm. Could be.
Do you think they can get ScarJo to do her voice lines for the game?
No
It's
way.
still fun to say that ScarJo is in Jurassic stuff. That still makes me happy.
I think because obviously they have to do new voice lines and stuff, and I think it would be pretty cool if Jonathan Bailey becomes the voice of the games, kind of
I
like
can
how
see him doing it.
Bear was the
Yeah,
voice of.
that'd be cool.
That'd be really cool because he's a paleontologist as well. Just really fit.
They may
Yeah,
still
so
stick with Jeff Goldblum. They do seem to have like a good contract with him for those games.
They have a contract with him that they have to bring him back for some sort of Jurassic project every 2 years or something.
Yeah.
Oh, so while we're talking about Goldblum, so we talked about this a bunch of times on the pod, but the secret ScarJo Goldblum project in London.
Yeah, we know.
I guess we know what that is now.
We know
right?
what that is now. Yeah. So
It's a sick like jazz track where ScarJo's singing on it with Jeff singing. I think there's a music video or clips
it's
of it now.
and it came out today, the day of recording. It's you can stream it on whatever you
ScarJo's a very
wherever
good
you
singer,
listen to
obviously.
music. Yeah, she is a great singer, and so is Goldblum, and his band's really good. So like, it's a
good collaboration.
It's a really great piece of music that they put together. Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe they did that while Goldblum did his cameo for Rebirth.
They did that as a
I like
cover.
what you
They did it
think,
as a
Eric. I like what
cover
you think.
so that no one would know they were doing Jurassic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Red herring.
Part of the deal, they had to make a jazz song, release it, and drop it, so that
Yeah, once
on
Rebirth
that
comes
single
out,
day when they was on
Okay,
set,
we're done filming, but you can't leave until you record an entire jazz track.
yeah.
Oh, it's going to be on the end credits. There we go. It all makes sense. now.
Imagine.
Hey, we got
Yeah,
Big
it's
Hat
gonna
No
have like behind
Cattle.
the scenes
So...
footage with the
Yeah.
jazz track.
They're gonna hear it in a bar or something.
Alex, you just discovered something.
Yeah, okay, sure, yeah.
He's frozen with
we
fear.
can,
He didn't know what
we
it
can
was.
pivot to that. To be fair, I actually discovered a great many things. I don't know where this really comes from. I think quite often I'll see a picture or an image of something from the franchise, and then for the next week just do a huge deep dive. This is a tiny thing, really, in the great scheme of things. But there's this shot in JP3 which is repeated, and it's a plate shot, VFX plate shot. That it just kind of focuses on a bit of jungle and then pans to a Stan Winston raptor doing a bit of a thing. But it appears about a minute and a half, 2 minutes before that, flipped the other way around. No CG raptor, a bit of like a speed ramp to make the pan quicker. And I just thought that was really, again, it'll be that sort of thing where in editing they were like, we need more raptors responding. So they just repurposed a shot, flipped it, turned it the other way around. But I'd never noticed that before. It's just weird, the kind of things you still spot 24 years on.
Yeah, it is crazy to see that. I mean, none of us have ever really noticed that in the film, so it obviously worked as intended.
The Raptors
But,
in
but I
JP3 look
never
so
thought to
good.
mention it.
Shut
Oh.
up, Derek.
Well,
Whatever. No, I've never noticed it either, which is shocking. I think I have to go back and watch JP3 specifically for this one reason. I like it.
Yeah, I have to go watch it for the 100th time this year already.
Yeah, we're what, 31 days in now. Only
Yeah.
100, buddy? You're a slacker.
have you guys watched?
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Have you legit watched any of the 3
Yes.
this year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
watched.
yeah.
Wait, are you saying the last?
Ironically, just JP3, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
which
like
year?
2025, right?
The first 3.
Yeah,
I watched JP3. I did.
Fuck.
Yeah, I always watch it in the first weekend of the new year. I watched the first 3.
There you go.
Derek, did you say you
Yeah.
haven't?
I have not. That's because I've been working on a Jurassic World videos. I've been watching. I'm sorry, but I've been watching parts of Jurassic World over and over again. I know it's painful. I'm sorry.
Nothing wrong with that, baby. Nothing wrong with that. It's a good movie.
Well, there's some wrong with
I
that.
watched
But,
I watched The Lost
I was
World
waiting for
and
that.
Fallen Kingdom on the same day. So
did
Nothing
you?
wrong with that either.
Some wrong with it. No, yeah, no, I have not watched any of them. You guys, God. put me to
No, I
shame.
love
I'm
I
gonna
love Jurassic
I'm
Park.
gonna rewatch Chaos Theory as well.
Yeah.
That's on my to-do
That's-
list.
I started watching Chaos Theory season 2 as well, just to like work up for season 3. Like I'm pretty much into like the Jurassic Park workup for the movie. I'm deep into it.
Hell
now.
yeah.
Like my
Hell yeah.
favorite wallpaper is the fucking Mark Engler Jurassic.
Ooh, I love it.
Nice.
Original. Like I'm deep in it now.
Wow, remember that Mark Englert poster? That one with
Incredible.
And then we didn't get
I
it in
have
the
it up.
film.
I have it up here in a photo
And
frame.
that never
I could get it
never
registered.
happened in the movie as well.
Have
That
it,
was
have
such
it.
a
Well, I mean, is that why that happens in Fallen Kingdom? Was it because of that artwork?
I
Did we
think
ever
Who knew,
find
man?
that
Who
out?
knew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was really great. I remember when he
Mm.
had a blog, didn't he, Mark Anglet, where he was
Yeah.
posting like development.
There
of
it
that
is.
piece. There it
Oh,
is,
nice.
Jaden. Beautiful.
Dude,
You got the
it's
blue
some
Better
of
than
the
I thought
best
it'd be.
Jurassic art in the entire like saga, like in terms of like produced prints. That's got to be up there.
Mark understood
Oh yeah.
the bridge between the Park trilogy
Mm.
and the World trilogy. Seeing the Jeep overturn the Raptor in the nest, and then seeing a constructed park in the background, like it was a good.
It tells more of a story than Jurassic World did.
Yeah, it also focuses on Jurassic Park way more than Jurassic
Yeah.
World. Jurassic World just off in the background there. I love it.
Yeah,
And it respects Jurassic Park a lot more than that scene in Fallen Kingdom did.
Yeah. They didn't
Hell
they
yeah,
didn't execute it
hell
very
yeah.
Shout out to you,
well.
man.
you
You're
know that
a
scene
fucking
still
legend.
pisses me off with its the way the concept art got the Jeep placement right and
Yeah.
the positioning and all the
The,
set design, and then in
it-
the movie you're like, no,
They
this is-
don't care.
The script even like literally points out that it's supposed to be near a concrete wall. It was supposed to be the first thing he saw, this massive, almost like a dam, basically.
yeah.
And we didn't get any of that. They were just like, no, we'll just shoot it in some trees. No one will know.
But they did it.
Yeah.
The concept art,
Yeah,
had it
no.
all right. Even the car isn't even the right angle. It
No.
pisses me off. But that's besides the point.
Thanks, J.A. Bayona.
Let's talk about Chaos Theory Season 3 because it was mentioned.
Rock and
So
roll.
there was last time we spoke about this, they were talking about Chaos Theory Season 3. There had been a synopsis which called it the final season. What? What the fuck? The final season. But it's not. the
Survey
final season.
says, not true.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
it's incorrect.
No deal.
The publisher house got in a lot of trouble for that because they put up a false synopsis, and season 3 is not the final season. So we're hearing, and it's also coming soon. Which, I mean, I'm gonna assume that the March/April timeline might still be on track for this season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's great.
I think anytime before Rebirth, realistically.
Yeah, they need to get
Makes
it done.
sense.
I think they need to get it out, and
Yeah.
I think because now it's kind of telling a story that's finished.
True.
And as
Yeah.
much
Unless
as,
it does tie in somehow.
yeah, exactly. I think we'll start to see some Rebirth tie-ins. Maybe it's something to do with the dinosaur population in the last series. They were talking about how the dinosaurs population seems to be decreasing, but they were also saying that they think it was because of the smuggling. But maybe
Yeah.
they're going to start to tie that to, well, actually, some of them are just dying. It's not our fault. It's
That'd be
just
good
happening.
storytelling.
Yeah, it'd be good to start setting it up this early. Timeline-wise, we're set in... Wait, when's Dominion set? 2022?
2022.
As
yeah.
Ellie Sattler says, they aren't meant to live in the modern world, so probably be that kind of story. So
Yeah, they especially touch on that in the original novel
Yeah.
because they talk about how like the Stegosaurus is like wheezing, or certain dinosaurs are like wheezing because they just can't even breathe properly.
yeah,
Even the ones that aren't sick, they just can't breathe.
Yeah, definitely. Stoner Stegosaur.
I feel like I remember JP the Ride doing something similar with like saying the brackies kept dying off because they just couldn't survive in our
Couldn't hack it.
reason. Yeah, just couldn't hack it.
But they also said, I know that this is, wasn't it like in 65 million years ago that when dinosaurs were roaming on
The
this
atmosphere
Earth-
was different. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the oxygen
60,
levels were
hey,
different.
say
Yeah.
say 66 million years ago.
66. Wait, what was it that said, what was that trailer?
Oh god, it was
The
the
Ghost
Asylum movie. Yeah,
Invisible Rap. Oh, it was just right. It was the Asylum film.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is that their Rebirth one? Or is that just another one?
they're
they're doing? 'Cause
adapting
they-
the novel apparently again.
Oh, The Land That Time Forgot.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because they're definitely, they always try to do a movie that ties in with one of the main theatrical films. So,
I'm sure they can get another one out before Rebirth or around Rebirth.
oh yeah. They got about 5 shooting at the moment.
Yeah, probably.
I
But
will.
I'm
One
wondering
day
if they
before it comes
will.
out.
Wait, Asylum are the guys who do the shitty, like not shitty, but like.
Sharknado.
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched their dinosaur movie recently because of this one YouTuber named Dinosaur, I think. I don't know.
Creative.
Yeah, Dino like Sora, he's Sora, I think. Anyway, the movie was like Hunger Games, or like maybe that Netflix show with the South Korean Netflix show with the
Squid
games. I don't
Game.
even know.
Squid
Big
Game.
game.
Squid Games. Thank you. I've never seen it. But I think it's like that. Like people are like competing, and there's like a dinosaurs and shit coming after them.
I think it's called Jurassic Games. I
Yeah,
think
Jurassic
Jurassic
Games.
Games.
Yeah.
Jurassic
Yeah.
Games. Okay, yeah, I think I watched that, and that was interesting. They were like fighting each other. They were like, then the dinosaurs were just randomly there. There was like a saber-toothed tiger all of a sudden. That was fun. Good movie.
They're
Much
never
better than
Jurassic
Fallout.
Games.
they're never very well made, but they
They're fun to watch.
They are fun to
certainly-
watch.
they
they're
make
fun
them.
in that
They
room
do.
sort of way.
Does
Yeah.
slightly off topic, but does anyone remember The Bubble? Inspired by
Yes,
the
with
production.
David Duchovny and
Yeah.
Bunch of
What always
people,
amazed
yeah.
me was that was inspired by the production of Dominion, and yet
Yeah.
managed to come out before Dominion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even funnier. I you know what, that movie is, it's almost sad to watch because
Yeah.
when it's like the character that's supposed to be Colin, when like they're like rinsing Colin, and I know
Wait,
it's all his
what?
jest
What movie is
and stuff.
this?
It's so
The Bubble.
that movie is so
It's a
funny.
COVID movie.
That movie's
It's
hilarious.
about-
Gotta watch this.
This like the character that is supposed to be the kind of Colin Trevorrow director character, they make him such a goober, and he's like making dinosaur sounds, and everyone's laughing at him and stuff. It's like, how much was translated from the actual Dominion bubble when people were stuck living with each other? And they were like, "Yeah, you won't believe what Colin's like." You know,
Yeah.
it makes
it's
you
so,
wonder.
like
It's a documentary now.
you watch the film and then you look at some of like the behind the scenes pics from when the guys were like BD Wong posted loads of pics from the hotel, and I'm like, okay, it looks eerily similar. How much research did you actually do here? Because it's kind
BD
of
Wong was the mole. He's the one who was leaking all the information.
No, I think it was Laura Dern, wasn't it? Because Laura Dern's really good friends with
David
it's not Adam McKay who directed it. It's Judd Apatow.
Oh yeah.
Judd
Oh,
Apatow's
yeah.
wife is really good friends with
Oh,
Laura
Leslie
Dern.
that's
Mann.
true. Yeah.
And I think they
Leslie
were,
Mann, nice, Derek Davis.
yeah, and I think that's how all that information. So it sounds like a lot of the information was like firsthand.
Oh
Kind of.
fuck! I know what I'm doing tonight.
You gotta watch it because it's basically ragging on the franchise.
Yeah, I was gonna say it makes fun of the whole franchise.
It makes fun of
Yeah, I gotta
Jurassic.
watch
It makes
this.
fun of
This
the
is
way
really
they've turned into like kind of monster movies. Even, whether your opinion on that, wherever that stands, it makes fun of them for that. And then it also like it one of the actors. I don't think it's meant to be Chris Pratt, or maybe it is meant to be Chris Pratt. Is portrayed as a look. Wait, who's in the film?
Pedro Pascal's in it.
Pedro
apparently.
Pascal.
yeah.
Whoever
Yeah.
he's supposed to
Just
sort
look,
of
yeah.
be or represent is this creepy, sleazy
Mm.
character, which I think is supposed to be a hybrid of like Jeff Goldblum
Goldblum.
and Chris Pratt. And then I just remember the ragging on Colin. I just felt bad. I was like, this feels personal almost. He's like
Did you like
the movie?
Oh my
drawings of dinosaurs in his hotel room, and he's like, and then the dinosaur will do this sound, and like acting it all out. It's just
and the
It's
TikTok
hilarious.
dance. Like,
Yeah.
I think they really the whole, instead of Pratt keeping, one of the actresses gets the dinosaur to like mimic her dancing or something. Like there's a whole
oh yeah. Yeah, isn't it Judd Apatow's? Yeah, it's Iris
yeah.
Apatow. And wow, that was funny, man. I gotta watch that movie again.
Assis,
Yeah, I need to
you
watch that.
will
That
you will
sounds
enjoy that
hilarious.
movie for
I
sure.
did not
Yeah, and-
know it was a Jurassic Park
Yeah.
thing. I thought it was like just a generic, like kind of like
No.
it's dragons,
It's
right?
Dominion.
Dragons or something?
It's
They
it's
changed
literally
just now.
about the production of Dominion. I think that it's
God, I
some,
gotta
like,
watch this now. Holy
it's some
shit! how did I miss
dragon
this?
movie franchise or something, and
Yeah.
it's so much of it. I think because at the time it came out, like you said, we knew so much about Dominion's production and about Jurassic World and that whole era. Watching that movie going into it, I was kind of shocked by how much they got away with, because it does feel like almost a direct like middle finger to Jurassic World Dominion. It's pretty
Holy shit! Okay,
yeah,
unofficial Jurassic Park movie. I like it.
it's
I think it was a
funny. man.
Netflix movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Is it
so.
on Netflix? Bless.
Yeah, I
I'll-
think so.
That's my homework tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently received negative reviews. I'm reading, but man, I enjoyed it. I think if you
And
know,
Universal bots.
bots.
It's
for
also
sure.
just the genre.
Colin
like,
sat at home like giving it a elbow.
He made several accounts.
I don't sound like that. Oh God! Thanks for reminding me of the bubble. I'm going to watch that. It's a great movie.
Bursted.
Okay, look, we talked about Evolution 3, but we didn't talk about Survival, which is the park game. Somebody tell me about
Cancelled.
Survival. What's the update on Survival?
Say that.
Yeah, don't say cancel. Don't do
Dude,
that.
I'm already sad, man. I'm canceled. Cancel it all. BioWare's in trouble. Mass Effect 5's in trouble. I don't care anymore about video games.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
done.
so many
Cancel
games.
all the
Yeah,
Jurassic
that's
Park games. I don't give a shit.
It's more Dino
so.
Crisis.
Funnily
Take it
enough,
back.
we're low key in the same predicament that we were this time last year with the buyout with Saber and stuff like that, and the unsureness of Jurassic Park Survival. Now a bunch of games and like publishers are getting delays or shutdowns here and there already in January. But I think Jurassic Park Survival will come out. But I don't think this year though. I think it will just be too much content from Jurassic this year. I don't think they need to do it.
Hmm.
But also I just feel like especially GTA this year as well. I just feel like there's just too much happening this year. And I feel like if they already need more time with it, just October 2026 or something.
I agree with you, Jaden, just for the sole fact that if Evo 3 is coming out in maybe the fall of this year, the fact that GTA is already still scheduled for the end of 2025, a lot of other
Yeah.
like major games will be like just pushing their own shit till like early next year. The Jurassic Park
Yeah.
Survival will not have a chance. So yeah, wait the year, polish it, make sure it's a good game. I can wait.
Not only
Yeah.
not only that, but the fact that it wasn't shown at the Game Awards in
Mhm.
December either, I don't think it will come out this year.
They
Like
wouldn't
there
drop
was
a
no
trailer
inkling.
randomly for a game like this, especially Saber. Saber's a pretty known name now in the gaming world, I would say. Especially
Yeah.
with the fact that they probably need this game to hit. Universal would want like probably some numbers with it, especially how with the success of Indiana Jones and stuff. So
Oh yeah.
I could definitely see them having to wait until a minimum, like maybe April, March next year.
Interesting, because I mean, they'll have been developing it since 2022.
Yeah.
Which isn't that long still.
It's not too long, but I mean, 3 years, I guess, or so. If they get, I still feel like a release this year is possible. Is what I'm trying to say, and I
They're
feel
gonna
like
do this release, but
they'll
it's-
do what Evolution do and try and leverage off the movie. I think if
Mm.
Rebirth has ties to the original InGen, there will be ties to the original Jurassic Park. Maybe it'll be subtle, like in The Lost World, where Nick Van Owen stumbles upon the what do you call it?
Mural.
The mural, yeah, the artwork. Maybe there will be a scene similar to this. They go into an abandoned building and there's an old mural that's like the Jurassic Park era. I feel like if there's enough ties to the first movie that aren't in your face, but they're there, the audience gets talking, people want to watch the first movie again, and then there's a game that's set at the time of the first movie. Maybe that's part of the selling point. But I don't know. I feel like we don't know anything, so it's tough. But I feel like 2026 will almost be leaving it too late at that
When
point.
did the last Indiana Jones film come out?
23.
Last
year?
23.
Yeah.
2023. All right, and
Holy
the game
shit.
came out end of 2024, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So if we haven't had Survival by the end of next year, I'm calling it dead.
Yeah, well,
if, it
G-
doesn't
G-
co- if it's not November 2026, I think I'll
GTA
lose
6
a lot of
before
faith.
Jurassic Park Survival.
they're supposed to be
Yeah.
announcing that soon, whether it will be a delay or whether it will be the actual release date. So it's currently GTA 6 is still 2025, what they originally said in
Yeah.
that first trailer. But that could all GTA games get delayed, all Rockstar games get delayed. I have a feeling that game is going to be delayed till 2026.
All major theme
Which
parks
would-
have
yeah,
which would be-
delays.
Great for Survival, because then Survival can. I think Survival needs to aim for like November, December of this year.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's way too
I
fast,
used to
especially
think
with
that.
the next
Jack. I
game
used to
event.
think that.
The next game event will be the Summer Games Fest, which will be in May or June.
Are we anticipating
Um,
a Survival something
Yes.
there?
Well, there was supposed to be something last year and nothing happened. But you
Can you
know,
imagine
I
2
keep
years in a
bringing that
row
up.
teasing and then nothing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Opinions.
As of now, there's like it's too quick to say because there's like nothing out there like at all, and there was nothing at the Game
It's
Awards.
too early.
So
I think it's so hard
yeah.
to
Yes.
comment when we haven't really for the actual game, the actual physical playable game. We've seen two semi-playable or 2 or 3 playable scenes, some concept art, and
Mhm.
was there like another alpha image in there as well that basically just look like posed assets. Like, we
Pretty
really
much.
don't know how far along they are in the development pipeline. That whole
Mm.
first cinematic trailer wasn't done at Saber; it was done by an independent agency. So
I will say as well, I think it was very loud from Saber and Universal to show a Turok trailer at the Game Awards. I have a feeling that
those
we'll
fucking
probably see that
logos
before
at the
Survival.
beginning.
Don't talk like that, man.
Yeah. And especially like they already have the trailer. They have screenshots of the gameplay on the like I know like there's like screenshots of Survival on the Steam page, but it's more just from the trailer.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know. I felt like that was a kind of a big move by them, like to show that because like that first 5 milliseconds of that Universal and Saber logo, and you're just like, what the hell?
With a
And then it's
jungle.
another dinosaur game, yeah, and then it's another dinosaur game too. I just feel like if anything, I think we'll see that this year.
Jaden,
But
they didn't give us
yeah,
a when the trailer came out. They didn't give us a time window, right? They just said coming soon, right, or whatever.
for Survival or Turok,
Turok.
I think I do not believe they had a release date with it or whatever,
Okay.
but it
Well,
might have said coming soon,
if
but I cannot
anything, I could
confirm that.
definitely see Turok
Yeah.
being coming out in terms of like December, November, October of this year, and then
Mm.
the Jurassic Park Survival same time the next year. Because you can almost
Not only
see Turok being like a placeholder for like Saber to get like a dinosaur product, show that you can do a dinosaur game. I guess I don't know. Maybe it's just a smaller game, easier to develop for. We don't know which
yeah,
studio did it. Like, is it Saber proper?
not only that, but the Turok social media has been pretty active as well
Boom.
since the trailer
There
dropped.
you
Like,
go.
been interacting with the community a lot. And Saber has been liking. I know personally, they've been liking my comments when I do interact with Turok content. So read into that as you will,
Mhm.
but that like the social media pages for Survival, they're not active. There's nothing going
Yeah,
on.
someone's being paid
Uh,
right now to manage that Turok account.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd feel like we're more likely to see that before Survival.
The
I could be wrong.
the Turok trailer had a lot more gameplay footage in. It was a
Mhm.
split between gameplay and in-engine captures, right? So there was
Yeah.
most of it. In fact, all of the trailer was in-engine.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it
pretty
does
sure.
show from what we've seen so far that game is further along. But you don't know. Maybe they are really close to being ready with Survival, and that next trailer is going to show us that that's even more further along. I don't know. I have a feeling. I think Survival is going to come out this year. I think they'd almost miss a trick if they do it the following year, just because of Rebirth and stuff.
We don't care if it's not finished. Just fucking ship it.
Yeah.
No.
They're gonna
Yeah, we've had
they're
that
gonna use
before.
what you're talking about to capitalize for Evolution 3, I think.
Yeah, I think Evolution 3 will be the priority and November release. Because realistically,
Does-
I would feel like they already know they're not going to beat
Hey,
GTA 6.
as long as we're talking about
Evolution.
Jurassic Park Survival, it can't die. So let's keep talking about it.
We've been talking about Jurassic Park Survival since 2002. Hey, let's go back
Yeah, that is really-
to Rebirth, because David Koepp, the writer,
The man, the
of
myth, the legend.
the
He's
legend,
been
the guy
talking.
he actually died in the Lost World. So
It's true.
it's
Unlucky
pretty eerie
bastard.
stuff. But he has been talking about the movie, and he said something recently that Derek Davis is going to shed some more light on. So he revealed
who's
that he's the writer, David Koepp. He revealed that he something about the novel, right? What did he say about the novel?
He hasn't read it.
Yeah, Kepi has not read it. He said, "No, I reread the 2 novels to get myself back in that mode, though. We did take some things from them, and there was a sequence from the first novel that we'd always wanted in the original movie, but didn't have room for." That's David Koepp's voice. Accurate. Yes.
I was going to say that's how he read it, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, pretty exciting to hear that. And I think there's been so out of the scenes that many people were speculating, A lot of people seem to think it would be the baby death.
Rated
I mean, I
R.
want it, because
Compies.
it's memorable. No other reason.
One of John Williams' best track titles, "The Compies Dine."
Yeah.
Like, we all know what he was really referencing there. Yes, the babies and
So-
bassinets from the
Yes.
novel. Yes.
A pretty brutal sequence. Would love to see it depicted on screen. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to be that one. I think most people are of the understanding that it is the T-Rex Lagoon sequence, which is something they had originally planned. They'd originally written to even be in the movie. It's from the novel. They wrote it in 1 or 2 versions of the screenplay, Derek?
Multiple. Actually, every screenwriter did a version of that sequence except for Kep. He's the only one who never put it in his script. Even in the early draft that he did, that he uploaded himself to his own website, it's not in there at all.
And now he's the one to bring
Um,
it back.
Maybe. I mean, like,
How poetic.
I feel like it is the most likely sequence to use, because looking at other sequences that are in just the book, because some people get confused. Like, for example, I saw someone say, "Oh, they're gonna have someone ride a baby triceratops," and like, that does not happen in the book. That was only in the scripts
Hmm.
and storyboards and everything. Like, because
Call
Lex,
yourself
like,
fans. Come on, guys.
well, because I think people get confused because they see the storyboards of her doing that, and they
Mm.
saw that they did the animatronic for it that was going to be in it. But in the book, she just meets
It was
the
a
baby
Stegosaurus.
triceratops.
Was it a baby Stegosaurus or was it a Triceratops?
It was a baby triceratops.
Might
She
be
called
kind
it
of hard to
Ralph.
ride a Stegosaurus, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be pretty hard.
You can fit in between the plates, bro.
But the only sequences that I kind of gathered from the book that I thought were also possible were the book's version of the Stampede sequence, which they kind of did in Jurassic Park 3, though, with like the hadrosaurs and everything. Um, or like the Rex versus the grenade launcher bit with Muldoon.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, they did that in Jurassic World. We blew up a raptor.
What about the inciting incident with the injured park worker or whatever? What if they just repurpose it like science worker, but instead of like off the coast of Costa Rica, it's like off the coast of
It's like a
Florida.
lab
Yeah.
worker or something.
Yeah, exactly. What if it's a scientist, lab worker, whatever? Like, you know what I
Injured
mean?
by
Like,
the mutant.
Well,
like
it's
that scene,
interesting.
I read it the other
There
day,
you
man.
go.
That's a scary scene.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's interesting you say that, because I actually just looked at his Kep's original draft from Jurassic Park, and it actually opens with that
Oh, there we
sequence.
go. It's a good scene. It's a scary. You
So,
can easily repurpose that. I kind of want that to be. I mean, we need an inciting incident. I would love for
Yeah.
something just to rock you right off the bat. I mean, it is Gareth Edwards, so.
but I'm just
scary.
wondering, like, how they could integrate that properly, though, because it's like the thing that makes that sequence really intense is that they don't know it's a dinosaur, and like the reader doesn't know. So like, how could they kind of keep that interesting? Otherwise, it's like, oh well, yeah, it's a
Maybe
dinosaur. It's
set it
happening
in
all the
like
time.
set it like 1995. We don't know the extent of the island's background, right? It could have been you know what I mean? Like, it could be like
You mean like a
1992.
prologue?
Exactly. We don't know when
Yeah.
it could be set. Set it prior to like a time where it wouldn't have made sense, like 05, 04, 03, something like that.
I would like that.
Oh,
Didn't
if
they
they do
almost?
something in that 14-year gap, that would be sick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, didn't they almost do something like that for Dominion, or is that hearsay that I heard somewhere?
I don't know.
Like, there was gonna be like a mazy like flashback, or no, I think it was for Fallen Kingdom, right? It was gonna be like a mazy flashback or something.
When her mom visited the park or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that around the same time with the screenshot of the InGen room with the briefcase and stuff like that? With
Oh yeah,
Dominion?
yeah.
I remember that image was going around and stuff like that, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're gonna do a flashback."
Yeah.
scene."
Yeah.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. So I mean, it could be a video too. That's the thing. It could be. Well, I mean, why would they record that though? I guess like if it was the injured worker or whatever.
Hey guys.
Like,
Here's my
dead.
coworker getting mauled by a creature.
The only other
Psych slay.
the only other 2 sequences from the book I could see them doing, apart from the lagoon, is the poisoned eggs bit, where Grant is poisoning the raptor eggs and sliding them across the floor, then the raptor eats it. But that was never really used in any of the old scripts. I don't think that was something that they really wanted. Same with the Raptor Den. They kind of did that in Rick Carter's script. But that's like the only one that really used it.
I'm
And then, yeah.
I'm old enough to remember when they showed like the shot of Blue clawing through something to where Barry was in the log in the Jurassic World trailer. Everyone was like, "They're doing the Raptor Den. They're doing the underground Raptor thing." But
Yeah, the
Oh
thinking
god,
raptor.
yeah, um,
That was me. I definitely thought.
yeah,
yeah.
I did too.
So yeah, there's definitely options like that, but I mean, I still think it's Lagoon because it's the one people wanted the most from the book that didn't make it in the movie, and then it became the ride.
And
So
they wanted it originally. We know that it was concepted, as you said. Other than David Kep, it was in every script draft up until that point. So
yeah,
they were definitely planning it. And the way David Kep spoke about bringing a scene from the novel, they said, we had tried for it to be in the original movie. So it makes sense that they are talking about the lagoon sequence. My question is, are they going to do it with a T-Rex, or are they going to choose a different dinosaur now that we're
Mm,
6 films past that first one? And how in the novel, it's just a raft, isn't it? Like a survivor
yeah,
raft.
Inflatable.
It's not a section of the park that was like, oh, it's like an explorer vehicle, but raft form, right? It's
no,
just
yeah, it was just like
Not
a
a tour
rubber
boat.
raft.
emergency raft,
Yeah,
river raft kind of thing. So is it going to be like the same kind of setup in Rebirth, do we think? They find a shed, they find some supplies in there, and they have to sneak past a dinosaur.
well, like a sleeping dinosaur too. That's what made that sequence so cool in the beginning. Is
Yeah.
because they have to walk past the sleeping T-Rex to get to the dock where the raft is, and then they get out the raft. They try to be quiet. Then freaking Lex starts coughing,
Like
and it's like,
sneezes or
girl.
coughs or something, right? Yeah.
We
So
But
it's definitely going to be the family as well. That makes sense. And then maybe that
Mhm.
whole sequence will play out in that same way where the little girl can't,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I just hope it's on a raft though, because if it's just like rubber between you, rubber and water, and then a dinosaur underneath,
Yeah.
like that just feels very intimate and very
Yeah.
freaky. Like you're just so close to it. Whereas some people say, oh, but in Jurassic Park 3, they already did that. I'm like, yeah, but that's like on a regular boat. I don't know. It just doesn't have the same feeling to me.
with a far superior
The
dinosaur.
They better not do Spinosaur again.
the big boat we saw, the big explorer-y boat that Jonathan Bailey and ScarJo on,
Yeah.
did it have a smaller little raft-like boat with it, a little rib or something like that?
I want to say there was one like mounted on the side or hanging on the
Yeah.
side or whatever. There's also those set videos and photos of them in canoes also. So
Mm.
I don't
I mean,
know.
canoe would still be freaky though.
Yeah,
'cause
canoes
that's
or
still pretty close
kayaks
to the
or
water.
whatever they are.
Those are
That's
kayak.
still yeah.
How dare you? I'm a Canadian. It's not a canoe.
Hey,
I'd love a shot if, like, in the canoes they do something like from
it's a
Anaconda.
kayak.
God damn
Or
it,
kayak,
James.
canoe,
Kayak.
whatever.
hey, we're not up on our maritime terms, okay? Calm down.
I'm not even in the maritime anymore.
I'm not in the maritime.
A raft.
But yeah, we've seen them filming for
Mm.
Rebirth with kayaks. So yeah, and they're like French flag kayaks, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if they do it that way or if there's still a sequel, because there's so much we haven't seen from
Yeah.
filming, from Thailand, from Malta, and from everything they did internally at Sky Studios. So we don't know exactly what they filmed, but what we have seen is them on kayaks. So maybe
And the water
people
And
tank
tons
come.
of water tank
extensively.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Loads of water stuff.
Water
yeah.
finds a way.
I knew that was
That
coming.
lady was onto something. I'm convinced now. You're right, Caleb.
It does find a way.
The way of water finds a way.
Yes, Avatar 3 this December.
Can't wait. Can't
Fire
wait.
and ash
Hell
or whatever
yeah.
Fire
it's
and
called.
Ash. Yeah. I think
Avatar
it
The
is.
Last Airbender, but with blue people.
How many avatars are they doing?
I think
100?
yeah, I think 100. That
Alright.
sounds about right.
I think the third part will be like a two-parter, wouldn't it? I think
I
heard
think
that,
they're
unless
doing
I'm
like
tripping.
5 or 6.
5, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the
Wow.
Rick Jaffa and Amanda Silver are back for at least one of them. I can't think which.
We were part of the writing team for a lot of them, I think. Like the writers.
Yeah.
They're still executive producing and involved with the Apes movies too. So
Yeah.
Are they writing apes still?
they're
or not?
involved with the story because they kind of originated it, I guess. But like,
We need
yeah.
to, you know what? We talk a lot about the JP4 like original scripts and like JP3 scripts. Man, I want to read the original Jaffa Silver JP4
Yeah.
Jurassic World
Yes,
script.
please.
Really
I
would
think,
love to
like,
get my hands
from
on
the
that.
concept art, we get like a bit more of a sense. You know,
Yeah,
the
Unleashed
quad bike would
Raptors.
be exactly. Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Wait, what was it?
It was like
Unleashed
a
Raptors.
quad bike. Imagine like Santa, except instead of reindeer, he has raptors. It was kind
He
of
has
like
4
that.
Raptors. Blue in the collar.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, all the John Bell concept art was based on that Jaffa script, right?
It
Yeah,
would be around
I
that
think
time,
so.
yeah.
Well, I guess the
Yeah.
muzzle T-Rex must have been legit, but from Jaffa and Silver script. Because they're already leashing raptors. It's not that big a jump to assume they'll muzzle a T-Rex.
I think that Indominus wasn't the Indominus. I think they were discovering it as a new
Natural
species.
Yeah.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
The
It
Malus.
was Chinese
The
scientists.
Malusaurus, yeah,
Yeah.
something like
So,
that.
look
I mean, the
look at us
Indominus
go.
wasn't even the Indominus when they filmed Jurassic World. It
It's
was
the
Diabolus.
Diabolus Rex or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
on the sets, it says D-Rex on like
That's
the
right,
Hawaiian
yeah.
sets.
The
Yeah.
Hawaiian sets. But yeah, no, I think the way a lot of based on I mean, it may have been a terrible screenplay, but based on the Rise and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes movies, I was more than wanting to see the Rick Jaffa script, and knowing that it opens. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with hybrids, but knowing that they opened and sort of like, oh, we've discovered a new species. I kind of prefer that as an opening, as a way to introduce a new dinosaur. Be like, we found this crazy new
I
dinosaur.
mean, also the character that discovers it is like literally a paleontologist, and she was in the movie.
Paleontologist.
I think it was like something song or something like that.
Yeah, and it's a dig site in China, I think.
Maybe
And it's like her
Yeah,
kids
something
that are
like
on the
that.
island, or her kid or her daughter or something like that. Yeah.
maybe
something
elements
like
of that
that.
have transferred as far as Rebirth with paleontologist characters and stuff.
And maybe that's why we haven't
maybe.
seen any of these scripts ever come online.
Yeah.
So they were so much better than what we got. They're like, we got to burn these.
Yeah.
Just let them know.
It is crazy though going into it, and again, this is not a critique on Colin, but like hiring Colin, who's technically an unknown at the time, he had a lot of industry practice, and he had just done Safety Not Guaranteed and stuff, which had won awards. He'd written that with Derek, but coming into the massive franchise that is Jurassic, I'm doing the 4th Jurassic movie, working closely with Spielberg, but being like, chuck away the shitty script, let me rewrite it or I'm gone. And they actually said yes. That is wild to me that they didn't just force him to make Rick Jaffa's script or be like, look, you could maybe write the next one, but let's do this one
Maybe
first.
that's why they didn't allow any rewrites
Let
this
Garrett-
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, Cap only, nobody else.
Right.
Only Cap. I mean, if they were on paper and they were like, well, which movies have been successful critically? Actually, you can't say that.
You can't say that because Lost World and JP3, they all kind
That's
of
why
Yeah,
I
you
had
can't
bad
say that.
critics, but I'm almost of the belief that those critics have no idea what they were talking about at the time. It was just
No, the Lost World is not a fucking that bad of a movie. I kind of fucking play it up. It's not that bad.
But Kep,
fucking great
Kep
movie. It's a 10.
Kep is the right person to bring back. He's the right person to bring in. Like,
yeah, and John Williams, who will be back.
Yeah, can we talk about this?
Don't say
real quick?
promises
Why
you can't
is
keep.
why do we still have no composer and the trailer's out like literally in a
that's a
week?
great
Because
question.
the trailer is going to be
The-
when they
The
announce it,
trailer,
and it's gonna
in all
be
seriousness, the trailer
big
could
plot.
reveal the composer. So, yeah.
I think it will. I
That's
think
the most
there's
important
always
part,
credits at the end of a trailer.
You know how it usually says like this movie is not yet rated. It's also going to say
But-
composer and then not yet hired.
Well, but what I will say,
Composer is not
what
yet
I-
hired, yeah.
We want this
what
guy.
I will say is that it might not say the composer, but it might still say themes by John Williams, which is something that every Jurassic movie and trailer say. And so
Yeah,
don't.
so we got to watch out for that in case.
Well, but
yeah.
I don't want anyone to like jump on that and be like, John Williams is back, and it's like, well, his themes are probably back no matter what. So
Yeah.
It's either going to be John Williams or the guy that did The Creator with him.
I don't want
Hans
Hans
Zimmer?
Zimmer. I don't want Hans Zimmer.
The guy Hans Zimmer.
The guy.
That guy.
Or what about the
He
guy
is
that
the
did
guy.
Godzilla?
Alexander Desplat.
my
yes,
God.
yes.
Flat, yeah.
It'll be one of those three, I reckon, because Gareth will either be given the chance to work with somebody
So-
he's collaborated with before,
Yeah,
or they'll
I
be
want
like,
sure.
it's Juan,
I
and that's who it is.
I watched Monsters for the first time this week.
Ooh,
How
it's-
did you
finally.
find it?
and it's fucking fantastic movie.
Yes.
First of all,
Isn't it fantastic? Was that
Um,
the Splot? It wasn't.
no, well, that's what I'm getting at though. Is the composer of that movie? I really enjoyed the score, but it's not like an orchestral Jurassic score. It's more of like a synthy thing, but like it works for like a
I'll
creature
take a Symphony Jurassic. dude.
sci-fi movie. I'm looking it up right now, so I
I've
can
always wanted a
say who it
Symphony
is.
Jurassic score.
That
I would
cool.
be
Very 90s.
down for it.
It'd be something different, right?
Yeah, so the composer of Monsters' name is John Hopkins. So
John Hopkins.
yes,
I was gonna say,
Jon, not J.
Johnny Hops.
Yeah, not the famous
guy.
medical professional or
I
whoever
was
else.
gonna say.
John Hopkins.
Multifaceted career.
I mean, there are elements in every Jurassic score of synthy stuff, so like it's not out of the question. So
Yeah, JP1 had that. Like
every
Yeah.
like almost
Vending.
every scene in JP1 is scored very differently when you compare like Journey to the Island to the Nedry
Nedry,
track,
yeah.
which is
Yeah,
a little bit
Nedry's track.
synthy, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and Dominion actually like has tons of synthy stuff, like because it references the Nedry music and some other stuff. So
I had to go back and listen to the tracks.
when Alan and Ellie are like walking or like heading to the locusts and going into the lab and all that,
Oh yeah, but the heavy like
yeah,
the bassy
the
kind of
music
ones,
there
yeah.
is referencing the Nedry music
Yeah.
and it's very synthy. Yeah, so
Synth and Jurassic. I mean, listen, if you want to talk about at least changing up the formula a little bit, I wouldn't mind a synthy soundtrack. I know a lot of people would be like, "Oh, where's the orchestral stuff?" But like, hey, change
you
is good,
can
right?
yeah.
And, like,
you can have a score that's both too. You can have a score that has lots of synths
Yeah.
and still has orchestra. So
Oh yeah, Jerry Goldsmith was the best at that.
True
Have you ever
that, yeah.
heard like Congo and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Or
if
yeah.
only he was still around.
I know.
Jerry Goldsmith, Star Trek: First Contact, fantastic
yeah.
soundtrack, great theme, and then the Borgy techie stuff on the other side. You know, very
Yeah,
the duality there, brilliant.
yeah.
Even in the original Star Trek, there was like I forget what they call it, but it goes a bong, that kind of like
I don't know
synthetic
if
sound.
I don't know if Rebirth will go in a synthy way. I think it'll probably go the traditional orchestral Jurassic way mostly, but like with this more, I mean, with the very sciencey subject matter and the David Kep commandment of science must be like, we got a paleontologist character, so like I feel like synths go well with science fiction, in my opinion. So like I feel like it
I
could
think it
work.
goes well with the
Other
mercenary
end of the
type stuff
spectrum.
too.
Yeah,
Aztec ruins, Mayan ruins, or whatever. You know, tribal percussive.
yeah, and like
That
orchestral
would be
stuff
fun.
for stuff like
Yeah.
that.
John Williams, dude,
And then
another fucking tribal fucking soundtrack like Lost World. Can you imagine?
Ooh.
I'll take it.
Counterpoint.
Yeah, it's the best
We're going to see for quite a probably a part of an act something like in Jaws when the orca goes out and it's quite
Yes.
imagine like Journey to the Island in that style, more kind of.
I love that's one of my favorite cues in Jaws is when the boat is leaving the harbor. It's fantastic because it's just adventure.
Yeah.
It's not like we're about to go get
Yeah.
eaten by a shark. It's just adventure.
I'll take it.
Isn't John Williams doing Fantastic Four?
Michael Giacchino.
Excuse me.
God.
Oh, okay.
Excuse
Don't worry.
me?
They
when
hired
he
the,
was doing-
the maestro, the master.
Can you imagine John Williams
Okay.
stooping to that low?
I don't know why I
What's
thought
this? The
that.
seventh Fantastic Four
How
movie?
dare you?
I wonder
It's
what
only the
Damn.
third
Yeah,
or
my
fourth,
bad,
I
my
think.
bad.
it's.
Look
the,
at this blasphemy.
It's the
I'm
fourth,
shocked.
technically, Fantastic Four.
John Williams
not
does
like
Marvel. Wait, he hasn't done a Marvel.
He
yet,
hasn't.
has he?
No.
No.
But I mean,
No,
he's still working with
smart,
Disney,
man. He's not
so
stupid. He's not going to do a Marvel movie.
Well, he might. I mean,
He better not. He better
No,
not.
there's nothing wrong with
Captain
him.
America 10.
There's nothing wrong with him
composed.
doing a Marvel movie. Every composer has done a Marvel movie. Alan
I
Silvestri.
think there'd
Alan
be a problem
Silvestri.
if John Williams went in and did a Marvel movie. I think we'd all be questioning if he has a problem. I think.
Honestly,
Cena,
at this point though, because he originally said he was going to retire after he did Indiana Jones 5, but then he kind of took that back, and I feel like he's
'Cause they
only going to
offered him
come back for
Rebirth.
Well,
Spielberg.
That's what I was
honestly.
gonna say. Is I wonder what his next project's gonna be because he.
Probably the UFO movie.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Rebirth, UFO, Rebirth 2,
Do we think? I mean, John Williams is
Dinosaurs in Space.
Rebirth 3.
John Williams is 93 years old. So
Holy shit.
do we
Exactly.
think, like realistically, would Spielberg be
Yes.
able to get him back?
Yes,
Yes.
100%. He got Gene Wilder
Would
back.
I'm just-
Spielberg be
I'm
able to get him
asking-
back? 100%.
I'm asking to reassure myself.
Okay, Caleb.
Getting
Remember
back from
Gene
where? Where
Wilder?
was?
He retired from acting, right?
Who?
Gene Wilder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he retired from acting before he passed, and like Spielberg convinced him to come out of it for like one of his movies before it was too late. I don't know if you ever filmed that role or not, but like Spielberg convinced him out of retirement.
Yeah, it can
dude.
always happen.
Spielberg
Well,
is
that
a
was
name.
Richard Attenborough came out of retirement
yeah.
to be in Jurassic Park.
And The
yeah,
Lost
there you go.
World.
Well,
there it
it's
is.
just part of the Spielberg track record at this point, so you almost expect it.
I think if anyone on the planet, like there's one, I think I'd go as far as to say there is only one person on the planet who can get John Williams to come back, and that's Steven Spielberg. Like,
And that's
George
why I think
Lucas.
it's happening for Rebirth. They got kept back.
yeah,
They have the best idea since sliced bread. They called it.
It
That's
could
what they
happen.
said. So
Nom, nom, nom.
it just sounds like they're bringing back Cap. They're bringing back all the classics.
imagine
Bring
if
him
that's
back.
Yeah.
imagine if
Bring him
it's
back. Always whole.
the icing on the cake on Sunday is like we get the trailer, we're all excited, and it's confirmed a composer or that it's John Williams. That would be wild.
It's Juan Williamo, and if it's not, I would
It's
take
gonna be a
Don
disappointment
Davis.
for whoever it is.
I think Don Davis would be a good shout, but I don't think that's.
I think he
possible.
doesn't do anything
We have
anymore.
his
He's not-
distant relative on the podcast today.
Eric
Yes,
Bailey Davis.
that's right.
Eric Don Davis the third. Okay, well, listen. I think on that composer talk, I think on that trailer talk, that's a good place to wrap things up. This is probably the last podcast before the trailer. Actually, I don't know about that. Will it be?
Yes.
Will it
Well,
be?
we'll
Yeah, I
either-
think this is
Happens.
probably this is the pre-trailer
Pre-trailer pod.
podcast. So it's exciting.
It'll either be Thursday or Sunday or some other time.
Let's make a bet. Thursday or Sunday.
What are we
Go.
betting?
Sunday.
I'm calling Sunday.
I say Thursday and Sunday.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Thursday.
I hope you guys are right, man.
Thursday.
I think Sunday, but I'm fairly certain they're going to do something Thursday too. But then
I reckon we get that
Probably
square
both, but,
text-based
yeah.
trailer that just says teaser trailer this
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah.
Smoky background like the entire
Hey,
world
Sunday.
trilogy.
first
Oh,
logo
yeah.
and then
Damn it.
trailer Sunday.
It's just going to be a
Or-
shot of the long grass that says trailer Sunday.
Yeah, just
No,
rustling with like a
no.
breeze, and then it says
Not
text
again.
come up, and it's
Okay,
like
that's
Sunday.
okay. To be fair, that's a sick trailer. That'd be sick.
They gotta
The
do
long
it.
grass rustling.
It
It's
might
just gonna
happen.
be the
I don't know, we'll
microscope,
see.
like in Jurassic Park.
The original
Yes,
JP
yes,
teaser,
yes.
yeah, that'd be sick too. A voiceover.
Yeah.
I wonder if
They
they
really
will
do those
And then you
anymore.
just hear a roar in the distance, or like a sauropod just like.
Mm.
I mean, the Lost
Yeah.
Worlds teaser was the best teaser ever, right? The one with the thunder, the footstep, the Rex.
Backdraft.
Ba-da-dum, bum, bum,
Yeah, backdraft.
Yeah, that's the one,
ba-da-dum,
Caleb, that's the one.
Yeah.
I mean, that was. I think if they drop something like that on a Thursday, I think we'll lose our minds.
Yeah,
That's a trailer.
literally
Not
a
even
dinosaur
footage.
footprint in mud or something, creating a puddle.
Yeah, I'll shit my pants.
Yeah.
Well,
Literally.
There we go.
Get it
Heard it here
first, as these will shit his pants.
We want
Yeah.
proof.
We're gonna get maybe an updated logo too in the trailer. So
We
Oh,
need an
fucking hope
updated
so.
logo.
Yeah,
We
we
need
can't
to
have a
change the
Jurassic
logo.
World Evolution.
We need an
3
official
logo.
poster.
Yeah.
Theater
Rebirth
chains need to
logo.
put that poster up. We need.
yeah, that might
Trailer.
realistically drop this weekend too, like a poster. So
I
or
think it
the
will.
Super
I
Bowl
think
weekend is what I mean. But, yeah.
Fandango and all those websites went live for that page where you're going to be able to buy tickets for Rebirth. So I think the poster is on the website.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the cinema here in Australia and New Zealand has registered Rebirth into this like the website.
Does it
and
have a
stuff
rate?
like that.
Does it have a certification, a rating?
No rating, no
R.
rating.
X.
Rated R.
But
R for Rebirth.
rated R.
All right.
But yes, that's pretty cool.
So this is the last podcast before the trailer. The next time you hear us, we're going to have one trailer injected into our brains. So it's going to be a different,
Yeah.
different
And
episode.
we're
We're
gonna-
going to know what Rebirth is kind of about come Thursday/Sunday.
Yeah.
But
Birthing again.
yeah, until then. And Jaden obviously gets to watch it before us because he's Australian.
he's in the
Yeah.
future.
Future boy.
I'm in February.
He's in February already. That's crazy.
Future.
Any final thoughts? Anyone?
Hammond Collection Trudon is something I'm excited about.
Ooh.
That's my final thought.
Teaser for next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the new Jurassic World game, I guess that'll be a teaser for next time. That's in the works. Yeah.
Can't wait for the Rebirth trailer. That's it.
Woo!
I just hope the logo, if they do a new logo, that it's better than the one for the first Jurassic World.